Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ludwig Kaiser got advice from WWE Hall of Famer The Undertaker. He called it a goosebumps-inducing moment. Gunther and Kaiser joined WWE's main roster together in 2022. Although the ring general urged his protege to make it on his own after winning the World Heavyweight Championship in the summer of 2024, they have been inseparable. The Undertaker is a fan of both members of the Imperium. In an interview with Chris Van Vliet, Ludwig Kaiser said he knows the Phenom spoke highly of him. Unlike many who sugarcoat when giving advice, the Hall of Famer says things as bluntly as possible. Kaiser appreciated the legend's approach and the time he took to talk. The German went to the extent of calling it a moment that made a significant impact on his career. Check out his comments in the video below. Kaiser claimed that 2025 will be a noteworthy year for him. He worked his way up the ranks last year, receiving an Intercontinental Championship shot at Survivor Series, War Games, and also had a television storyline with Sheamus. During a recent interview on WWE Deutschland, Sheamus broke character to discuss his on-screen rival Ludwig Kaiser. He addressed Kaiser's previous work as a tag team wrestler and predominantly as Gunther's lackey. However, their program helped elevate the German wrestler massively. The Irishman praised his rival's work as a singles performer. According to the former WWE champion, the talented Ludwig Kaiser can throw down. It remains to be seen where things go from here for Ludwig Kaiser. Last year, he expressed a desire to become Intercontinental Champion. Ludwig Kaiser, the renowned WWE superstar known for his suave demeanor, sharp wit, and commitment to excellence, has always understood that success in the squared circle isn't just about strength or technique. It's about learning from the best, evolving constantly, and understanding what it takes to leave a legacy that transcends the ring. This philosophy was crystallized for him during an unforgettable moment in his career when he had the opportunity to seek advice from one of the most legendary figures in WWE history. The Undertaker, a WWE Hall of Famer with a career spanning over 3 decades. This conversation, which would have a profound impact on Kaiser, wasn't about moves or wrestling tactics. It was about mindset, legacy, and the deeper philosophy of professional wrestling. The beginning of the journey. Ludwig Kaiser had been rising through the ranks of WWE, building a reputation not only for his wrestling skills, but for his meticulous approach to every aspect of his career. He had a sharp mind for business, an unmatched work ethic, and a presence that demanded attention. Yet, despite his rapid rise, he knew there were still areas where he could improve. He had heard countless stories about The Undertaker, the deadman who had become an iconic figure, known for his unmatched mystique and legendary career. The thought of learning from a man like that was enough to fuel anyone's ambition. Kaiser had always admired The Undertaker. It wasn't just his in-ring prowess or his famous undefeated streak at WrestleMania that captured Kaiser's attention, but the way he carried himself outside of the ring. There was an aura of respect and professionalism around The Undertaker that made him one of the most revered figures in WWE history. The idea of receiving advice from him felt almost surreal, but Kaiser knew that if anyone had the wisdom to elevate his game to the next level, it would be someone like The Undertaker. One day, as fate would have it, the opportunity arose. Kaiser found himself in a rare moment where The Undertaker, fresh from retirement, was backstage visiting WWE, offering his wisdom to a select few. Kaiser, motivated by the opportunity, took a deep breath, walked into the room, and found himself face-to-face with The Undertaker. This wasn't just any chance meeting. This was a moment that could define the trajectory of his career. The first words, "Kid," The Undertaker started, his voice a deep rumble that echoed across the room. "You're doing things right. You've got the tools to be one of the best in this business. But that's not enough. No one remembers the ones who didn't push themselves further." Kaiser, taken aback by the initial compliment, felt a rush of both excitement and pressure. This was the man who had built the foundation of WWE's most memorable moments, from his legendary matches to his unrivaled longevity in the business. The idea of being recognized by him was both humbling and motivating. "How do you push yourself further?" Kaiser asked, eager to know what The Undertaker could offer him that might take his career beyond what he had already achieved. The Undertaker looked him in the eyes, his gaze intense and purposeful. "You focus on more than just the moves. Wrestling is an art. It's storytelling. It's making people believe in what you do. If you want to stand the test of time, you have to have more than just talent. You need to have the respect of your peers and the ability to connect with the audience on a deeper level." The Undertaker's wisdom on legacy. As the conversation unfolded, The Undertaker imparted more than just technical advice. He spoke of the importance of legacy, a topic that resonated deeply with Ludwig Kaiser. "Everyone thinks about the moment," The Undertaker said, "but you should be thinking about the story you want to tell when it's all said and done. How do you want to be remembered when you walk away from this business?" Kaiser took a moment to reflect on those words. He realized that wrestling wasn't just about the here and now. It was about how one shaped their career for the future. What would people say about him when he retired? What kind of impact would he leave on the industry? Not just in terms of wins and losses, but in terms of contribution to the art of wrestling. "Legacy is built in the little moments," The Undertaker continued. "It's not about having the flashiest moves or the most titles. It's about how you make the people feel. You can't fake it. People will know if you're just going through the motions." The idea of creating a lasting legacy that went beyond the ring was something that struck Ludwig hard. The Undertaker was the embodiment of that legacy. His matches, his character, his very presence had transcended the squared circle. The Deadman wasn't just a wrestler. He was a symbol, an institution in WWE. And Kaiser realized that to reach that level, he had to evolve into something far beyond a competitor. The power of respect and professionalism. One of the key pieces of advice The Undertaker shared with Kaiser was the importance of respect, not just for the business, but for every individual involved in it. In his years in WWE, The Undertaker had seen many come and go, but one thing remained constant. Those who had respect for the business, for their colleagues, and for the fans, were the ones who earned their place in the company's history. "Wrestling is a team effort," The Undertaker explained. "It's not about one person. The fans, the crew, your opponents, and even the referees, they're all part of the show. If you don't respect them, you'll never last." The notion of professionalism was another key takeaway from the conversation. The Undertaker spoke about how he had always taken his craft seriously, from his entrance to his matches to the way he interacted with the locker room. He'd stressed the importance of maintaining a sense of professionalism both inside and outside the ring. "You've got to be reliable," The Undertaker said. "If you can't be counted on, you'll fall off the radar. This business will chew you up and spit you out if you aren't willing to put in the work. It's not just about wrestling on TV. It's about showing up every day and doing what's necessary to stay relevant." Kaiser understood this. He knew that WWE was a demanding environment where only the dedicated survived. However, hearing it from someone like The Undertaker, whose commitment to his craft was legendary, was a reminder that the business didn't owe you anything. You had to earn it, every single day. The importance of adaptation. As the conversation progressed, The Undertaker spoke about the importance of adaptation. His career spanned multiple eras of WWE, and he had witnessed the evolution of the business firsthand. From the Attitude Era to the PG Era and beyond, The Undertaker had seen the company transform, and he had transformed with it. "Don't be afraid of change," The Undertaker advised. "The wrestling business evolves, and so must you. You've got to stay ahead of the curve. If you can't evolve, you'll get left behind." For Ludwig Kaiser, this was one of the most important takeaways. Wrestling was a constantly shifting landscape, with new talent rising to prominence every year, and the fans' preferences changing over time. If Kaiser wanted to stay relevant and become a lasting figure in WWE, he would have to remain adaptable, willing to learn new techniques and embrace new storytelling methods. "The fans don't want the same thing over and over again," The Undertaker added. "They want to see something fresh. Be the guy who can give them that. Be the guy they can't wait to see because they don't know what to expect next." The mental toughness of The Undertaker. One of the defining aspects of The Undertaker's career was his mental toughness. Despite his many injuries, setbacks, and the physical toll of a career that spanned more than 30 years, The Undertaker had always pushed through. His ability to stay focused, stay professional, and persevere through the toughest moments was what had kept him at the top for so long. "You have to have mental toughness," The Undertaker said, his tone serious. "This business will break you down. Your body, your mind, your spirit, they'll all be tested. But you've got to keep going. You've got to learn how to fight through the pain, the exhaustion, and the doubts. That's what separates the legends from the ones who fall off." Kaiser couldn't help but be inspired by this. He had always prided himself on his work ethic. But the level of mental fortitude The Undertaker was talking about was something else entirely. It was about pushing past the limits of physical pain and exhaustion, refusing to let anything stop you from achieving your goals. It was about being relentless. The final words of advice. As the conversation neared its end, The Undertaker leaned back and offered his final words of wisdom. "Keep your head down, work hard, and remember one thing. Wrestling is about more than just what happens in the ring. It's about respect, legacy, and being true to yourself. And always, always keep evolving. The day you think you've got it all figured out is the day the business will pass you by." For Ludwig Kaiser, those words were not just advice. They were a roadmap. The Undertaker had shown him the path forward, and now it was up to Kaiser to take that knowledge and apply it to his own career. The opportunity to speak with The Undertaker was a rare moment, but the lessons he took from it would stay with him forever. As Kaiser walked out of the room, he felt a sense of clarity and purpose he hadn't felt before. He knew that the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but with the guidance of a Hall of Famer like The Undertaker, he felt more prepared than ever to tackle whatever challenges lay ahead. In many ways, that moment marked a turning point in Ludwig Kaiser's career. He was no longer just a wrestler, he was a student of the game, a man with a deeper understanding of what it took to make an impact in WWE. The advice from The Undertaker had not only inspired him, but had given him the mental tools he needed to succeed, not just for today, but for the long term. The road to greatness was no longer just a dream, it was a goal within reach. And with that knowledge, Ludwig Kaiser set his sights higher than ever before. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.